Hi there. So the next section of the course is building a portfolio, and this is probably the most sort of spoke about an exciting part of sort of property developing, and certainly what the focus of the majority of the YouTube videos are. It's how to build a massive portfolio really quickly, be financially free, and drive Ferraris. And so the financial freedom thing that all these videos do enjoy talking about, I think it doesn't really exist. As with any investment, no matter what it is, it's going to take time and effort, whether it's just monitoring or sort of hands-on work with it. There's nothing free and easy in this world, especially not money. So for these companies to say, I get financial freedom in a month, it's just nonsense. From what I've seen of those sort of things, it's take on a load of risk and then generate a good income and then hope things don't go bad. But that's for them and not for me. So this video is more about how many properties should I buy? How big should I get? How rich do I want to be? How many Ferraris do I want? I might want a Porsche. And this is very much down to you. Back when I was building my original portfolio, I stopped at about a dozen properties. It was getting on for about 5 million quid's worth. I invested in London. It was a little bit of a case of capital, didn't have so much of that. And the hassle factor got to a point, because at that time I had a full-time job. The hassle factor was getting to a point where it was interfering sort of with time at work and personal life. So I had to go to the flats, just to keep an eye on them at the end of tenancies, make sure they're okay, make sure the letting agent is telling me what he should be telling me. Then hassles, there's always repair hassles. The managing agent's always phoning up saying this is wrong, that's wrong. Tenants are difficult creatures. It's I'll pay my rent, I want this fixed, I want it fixed now. It's and invariably boilers break in winter, and if you got to order a part, you got to order a part, and you got tenants going, well, why is it breaking in winter? Why can't it be fixed until tomorrow? What are you going to do? I need heaters and I need them now. And it's just, it's like, it's broke, what can I do? Yeah, but incidentally, the compensation for a boiler breaking, actually compensation for no gas supply to a property is £30 a day. So all those tenants that moan, that's I think that's a prescribed compensation, or British Gas's compensation, something like it, because I've used that in court before. So anyway, back to what we're actually talking about. It's how many you should buy. It's one of those things. How much hassle do you want? How much risk do you want? How much, I've run out of hands. How much reward do you want? Obviously, each property you take on generates a profit and a future capital gain, whether you're renovating or you're buy-to-letting. If you're building up a big buy-to-let portfolio, then yeah, ultimately you'll need to sell them, which is another interesting aspect actually, because if you're building a buy-to-let portfolio, ultimately you've got to sell them. I've sold quite a few of mine recently because I want to do more on the developing side. But every time you sell one, you take a massive capital gain. So it only really pays me to sell one a year. So if you've got 100, then you're selling multiples in a year. I mean, 100 is probably not so bad, but if you had, say, I don't know, some funny number where, because 5's easy, you'd sell one a year for 5 years. 10, one a year for 10 years, maybe 15. Ooh, now you're getting too long. Now you want to sell maybe 2 some years. So then you're getting hit doubly for tax. You're not using your tax efficiently because you want to use your zero and low tax codes for that first hit of money. If you're pushing it up into the higher tax income, then you're giving a lot of your a lot of your profits to the taxman. If you're hitting the higher income thresholds, so then you're paying the higher rate, which you want to obviously avoid. But yeah, how many you should buy is how much risk do you want, how much hassle do you want, how much money have you got really. It's you can carry on doing the refinancing and buying more and refinancing and buying more, and getting investors and buying below market value and adding value, and you can quickly build up a portfolio, but there's risks, which we'll come on to in a whole different section of the course. So you've got to balance the risk and the reward and the hassle. Probably the most famous sort of landlord in the country is it's these two, Fergus, and I forget her name, which is sad because she's actually the brains behind the outfit and he's the mouth. He's like the gobby one, likes to do the interviews and what have you, but she is very much set the business up and made them millionaires. But they've got 500 properties or something. They really rode the buy-to-let wave back in the 90s. In some ways, I wish I did that. Well, yeah, but I had a full-time job at the time and it wasn't quite right for me. But I was very much investing in a different area of the market. I was doing more high-end flats where they're doing low-end sort of properties. Although I might disagree with that, but yeah, it's in hindsight we can always all go in our time machines and do things differently. So it's hassle and risk balanced against sort of profit and capital gain that it'll get on a property. And you've got to find what's right for you. I can't tell you what's right. So you'll get to a point where you've got enough risk. When you first start out, it doesn't matter. If you've got nothing and you lose everything, you're back to nothing. Once you've got 10 properties, you've actually got something, and now you need to protect it. So your view will change. And so when you start from nothing, it's like, oh, I'll have 1,000. When you get to 10, it's like, well, I don't want to lose my 10. So I might ease off a bit. And that's how I was when I had my portfolio. It's once I got to a certain level, it's kind of, I've got enough now. So I can't complain. I've made plenty of money out of property from my buy-to-let portfolios. And I continue to make money, from them and from my renovation projects, which do take a look at my website so you can see those. So yeah, there's no answer. It's each to their own. Unfortunately, it's that answer again, horses for courses. What's right for you is what's right. Well, I hope that was useful. See you on the next one. Bye-bye. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. Thanks. See you on the next one.